We traded in the traditional life to enjoy life on the road with the kids because you only live
Goodbye,
once.
home.
Join us on our adventures. In this video, we're going to share with you Harvest Host, why we love Harvest Host so much, and we wouldn't full-time RV without the membership. Last year, we did a video. This one's going to be very similar to that video, but we're going to do my 3 favorite Harvest Host locations over the last few months, and Chantel's going to do her top 3 Harvest Hosts over the last 6 months. We stayed at about 23 various Harvest Hosts, everything from breweries, distilleries, wineries, farms, you name it. We basically stayed at it. We love giving back to local businesses and supporting them. This membership is super inexpensive if you use it. I'm always very surprised the amount of people that we will encounter during our trips, and we'll talk about Harvest Host, and a lot of people either haven't heard of it, they have heard of it but weren't really sure what it was about. They have the membership but have only used it maybe one time or have yet to use it because maybe they're just not quite sure what they're getting themselves into, or that they have it and they absolutely love it. And we fall in that category. We absolutely love it, and we plan on using this as much as possible. And like I said, we stayed at 23 different locations starting July 2nd of 25, and then our last Harvest Host location was September 5th. Our first location on our trip west, we stayed at a distillery in Vermont, and then our last destination was a winery vineyard in Oregon. If you're not a member, you're not really privy to some of this information. I know before we signed up, we didn't know exactly how to find certain locations. But as you can see, when I pull up this map, you can discover all of these places. There are thousands and thousands of locations across the United States. And there are various tiers to the membership, and we have the Boondockers Welcome, which we also love. So, as you can see, it's more populated, and you can get some locations in Canada. We haven't ventured up to Canada yet, but it is on the list of places to go. So starting off at my third favorite Harvest Host during this westbound trip was Skydive West Plains. We loved it. It was very entertaining. The kids enjoyed it. They had a blast. I think they had more fun than actually Chantel and I did. They loved watching the skydivers. It was really peaceful. It was very entertaining. We didn't jump simply because we didn't want to spend over $200 to jump. But if you're interested in skydiving, or if you're an avid skydiver, or just want to go and observe like we did, this is a super awesome location. It's easy on, easy off the highway. The only downside, which I'm sure that they will eventually fix, is the parking area. As you can see, it is kind of lumpy. That was the only downside, but we were able to find a spot which wasn't too bad. But we thoroughly enjoyed it. We were able to walk into the hangar. I was able to show the kids what was going on in there because they were very curious, and Estelle is looking forward to skydiving once she's old enough to do that. My number two is not my number one, I have no idea. This place was absolutely stunning. We stayed for 2 nights. It's part of a Boondocker's Welcome. It's the one tier up from your basic membership. We don't use this as much as we should. The people who you stay with on their property are amazing. Most of them, if not all of them, are RVers themselves, either part time, full time, weekend warriors, but they get it. These folks were so nice and awesome. We actually bumped into them one night when we went out for dinner. They were there and we were able to chat with them real quick. They have an absolutely amazing spot right on Lake Michigan. It was beautiful. I took some drone footage and the kids enjoyed the beach. There were some sand dunes, and then it actually reminded us of the coast of Maine. Kind of brought us back towards New England, where we're from. We would love to come back to this place next time we're in the UP of Michigan. It's in Manistee, and yeah, probably should be the number one, but it's going to slide in there at number two because number one is really special for us. Without further ado, my number one pick is Ring of Horns Ranch in Hot Springs, Montana. We didn't really know what to expect while we're staying here. The host was perfect. He was great. When we arrived, we thought that we were going to be the only people staying the night. The host had mentioned that there weren't going to be any other people staying, but there were some people that requested to stay. There were two other families that showed up. Super nice. He set up a viewing area of the field where the bison were. And if I can pull up some of these photographs and scroll, absolutely stunning. We enjoyed sitting, watching the buffalo roam around. Later on during the evening, we were able to take the kids out into the field. The host ended up cutting off the power to the fence, and we were actually able to hand feed. There's a shot of Estelle right there. Let me pull that right up. We were able to hand feed the bison their treats, and this was an epic experience, not only for Chantel and I, but the kids. The kids had so much fun. They still rave about this harvest host, and I can't say any more good stuff about it and the actual host himself. He was really kind, generous, and very informative. I asked for permission to get the drone up and take some video of the area, the landscape at sunrise, and I was able to do that. And I hope that you enjoy some of the footage. Here you can see the three plans that they offer. They have the Harvest Host Classic, the All Access, which we have, and the Escapees membership, which is the cheapest one. So you can take a peek at them, see what's best for you. We do have the All Access, which includes the Boondockers Welcome, and if you're a golfer, you can go to the golf courses and stay there and play around the golf. We think this is a very inexpensive investment for your ultimate RV experience. Now, I'm curious what Chantel's top three are. I have a couple ideas. They might be the same, but we'll see.
All right. I'm going to give you my 3 favorite harvest hosts of 2025. We stayed at a lot, like over 20, I think. So I do have more than 3, but these are the 3 that really stuck out memory wise, but even guys did too. So I tried not to overlap, but of course, it's hard when you have really memorable moments. So my first one's Rosabella Winery. It is in Austinburg, Ohio. It is along the wine trail, I guess, the Ohio Valley of Wine by Lake Erie. So we went here to actually meet friends that we knew, and it was very special to us being able to go and see them and spend time with them, and the kids spend time with them and just have a really, really nice time. The wines were excellent, which is always a bonus. But as a harvest host, my biggest thing that I loved was easy in and out. And as you can see, this is like a beautiful spot to park. You have your own space, it's level. We thought it was very level for our, considering our 40 feet. It was nice and grassy, and we didn't get a lot of dirt in our rig, and the kids were able to play on the grass. And when I say grassy area, it was a huge grassy area, as you can see behind you. And they ran and they ran, and then at night, what was really memorable is there was a million fireflies, and they just chased them, and the smiles and the questions and everything was just really memorable to us. It was fun, and then being able to see our friends. And one of the things that we love about Harvest Host is being able to stay close to friends if there's not a campground around. So this was probably, this is my number 3, but again, we said a lot of great ones. Another one was Drew Brew Tap Room and Brewery in Clay Alum, Washington. I really liked this one. It was a huge parking lot. And why I really liked it is it just kind of had something for everyone, and the beers were really good. We've stayed at breweries where we're like, oh, okay, they're good, but I really did enjoy their wide selection of beer. They had a huge indoor place that you could sit, and then they had a mini golf place, and the kids, as you can see, the kids just absolutely loved that part of it. Again, it's easy in and out. There was beautiful sunsets. And yeah, you're parked in a parking lot, but you know what? You get to walk to where you're going to eat and where you're going to drink, and the kids get to play unlimited mini golf for free. And they had plenty of space to enjoy. And honestly, it was quiet, and we met some really nice other people that were full time. Um, and yeah, I really enjoyed this place. I thought everything was good, especially the beers and the place. So that's my number 2. And then Ring of Horns. Ring of Horns Ranch, Hot Springs, Montana, hands down, experience wise, was just absolutely phenomenal. The host is amazing. He is such a nice guy, and he taught us things. He taught our children's things, the experience of feeding the bison, his love for the bison, the fact that he started off and didn't even know anything about bison, teaching us about, they don't have, I think, bottom teeth. Yeah. So anyway, but it like the whole thing about, mating season and being careful, but the kids being able to feed bison, I mean, that's once in a lifetime. It really is. And honestly, it was a nice big parking area. He had great seats that overlooked the field, so you could just sit there and just watch the bison, and they came up to you. And he also sells meat, and the meat was phenomenal. I made a bison stew with his bison stew meat. We had steaks. Yeah, it was absolutely, hands down, one of the best experiences at a harvest toast. So highly recommend this one. And I do believe this was one that Guy also mentioned. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll keep doing more of it. I know that people love seeing people's recommendations and why they liked it. Again, there were so many more that I liked.
So those are our top 6 harvest hosts over the last couple months, and we really hope that you took something from this video that's helpful during your journey. And if you happen to stop in one of these harvest hosts and you have something positive or not so positive to say, we're curious of what you think. So send us a message, and thank you for watching.